Hello and welcome to Scrap Rat. I'm Cindy and today we are going to be making a little journal out of a tag off of the rag rug that we deconstructed, and I just wanted to show you the prototype that I made. It just has a little ribbon for tie closure, has a little elastic binding, and just a couple of little pages in it. Has pockets both front and back, and I slightly decorated it, but we will probably just be making the journal, and then you can decorate it how you wish. But if you don't have this tag, you can just take any tag, make this any size you want. If you have the tag with a little spine in it, or you can take a piece of regular craft cardstock, and I will give you the measurements on this. It is just 11.5 by 5, so you can use just a regular piece of craft cardstock and craft along. We're going to be using some scrapbook paper and a couple of eyelets and some ribbon for your closure if you want, and then a scrap piece of the craft paper for our pockets, and that's about it. So if you have a recycled piece of a box or a tag or what have you, you want to make sure that it's cleaned up. And then if it has holes in it like this, I usually take and just kind of smooth them out a little bit. There we go. And for this, I'm going to get out our little glue mat. And we are going to just glue this straight down to the paper. I'm not going to try and cut it down or anything like that. We're just going to go ahead and glue it down. Actually, before we do that, sorry guys, before we do that, I do want to line up this spine. Just kind of get the sides of it together. Make sure it's going to lay where you want it to lay. And hit it with your bone folder. And you want to do this if you're using a pasta box or a piece of cardboard. And we're using about a 1/2 inch spine is what the other one ended up being. So your journal ends up being 5.5 by 5. See, that's a little bit better. Okay, now we're going to lay it out. We're going to put glue stick on it, and we're also going to hit it with some liquid glue just to make sure that it doesn't go anywhere. So again, you can use any type of box. You can use a piece of a cereal box. You don't have to have this tag, but just in case any of y'all make it out to Aldi's and your Aldi's happens to have the rag rugs to make into for the sari silk, then you may have this. So we're going to move this out of our way, and I want to use this here for our front cover. So yeah, we're going to come down all the way to the bottom, just making sure our image is where I need it to be. And we're going to line the paper up with the edge just to keep our cutting down to a minimum. You can put it anywhere on the page that you wish. especially if there's a particular part of the image that you're trying to get on your journal. Definitely put it wherever you want to. But we're trying to keep this down for time-wise, because I want to do this in real time for you guys. And we're just going to smooth it out. We're going to give it a second to dry. And while it is drying, we are going to go ahead and cut the paper for our pockets. I forgot to put on art glitter glue, didn't I? That's okay. It'll still stick. I have faith in it. Okay. And we're going to get out this cutter. Sorry for all the clamoring, guys. We're going to get this guy out. And no, I don't like that one because it doesn't go all the way to the edge. Do you have favorite rulers? Do you? Do you have? I do. That one, other one is not one of them. Okay, so we're at just under 5 1/8. So we are going to try to get this right. And let's cut. Let's do both our pockets. Let's see. How deep do we want them? We want them, I guess, about 2 inches. We'll go 4 inches because we just cut them both out at the same time. That way I don't cut into my scrap if I don't need to. And then we're going to go just a hair under 5 1/8. And if it doesn't fit, we'll always think it should have. So hopefully we fit. Okay, that's probably dried enough for me to take. Now you can use your paper cutter. We're just going to use a ruler and knife today. And this and this. And we're just going to line it up right on the edge where we want to cut. Come on, come on, come on. Thinking this will be quicker. That's what I get for having that much faith in myself. Come on. I am cutting a little bit of the cardboard. Oh my goodness gracious. My goodness gracious. That was kind of a nightmare. Okay. And we're going to cut this one. Good grief. My blade is kind of dull. Come on. There we go. All right. Starting to think we weren't going to be able to get it all in. Okay. So here is our journal. And I am going to round the corners. You don't have to. But I'm going to do it. And we're just going to do the smaller one. And we're going to, while we're at it, round the corners of our pockets. And I rounded all 4 corners because I'm actually going to cut it in half, and that way it's rounded on both sides. Now we're going to take, and we're ever so slightly going to work this spine and hope that the glue is dried enough to where our paper doesn't buckle. You would of course want your paper to be completely dry. And if you really wanted to do it right, you could come at it with the scoreboard and score it right at 5.5. It really kind of pushes that spine in the direction that you want it to go in. Much better. Much better. Okay, and we have our little 1/2-inch spine and our journal, folio, whatever we're going to call it today. I'm just going to call it a little mini journal. And now we want to cut our pocket in half. So we're going to come with our little paper cutter. And we're going to come over to the 2 inches. And we're going to cut our pockets in half. And then, if you were going to put in a type of ribbon, you would put the ribbon down now. I'm not going to put ribbon in this one, but you would put the ribbon down now, and then we would glue the pockets on. We are just going to glue the pockets on first. But first, I want to decide on what I'm going to use for our pockets. I guess I could use off each side. Yeah, why don't we do that? We'll use up there. We'll use the top of it. We'll use the top portion. Sure. Okay. So we want, let's do 1 3/4. That gives us an 1/8 of an inch. No, it gives us a 1/4 of an inch shorter, but it gives us an 1/8 of an inch border. Okay, what was the length on these? Oh, yeah, just under 5 1/8. And then we're going to come in and we're going to do our corners. There we go. And we're going to ink this guy just a little bit. If you don't ink or you don't like watching inking, fast forward. It should only take me just a minute, because I'm only going to do the pockets. The front of the journal I can do after the fact that it's made, but I cannot do the pockets once it's put together. Well, I can. I've showed you guys how to do that in the past, but while I'm remembering, let's go ahead and get it done. There we are. Okay. We are going to check our pockets, because I did cut a little bit off, remember? Yep. So we're going to cut just a hair off of them, I think. And just for the sake of keeping it straight, we're going to use this guy. And then we will re-round our corners. Same deal. Okay. Just cut a couple of little slivers off of them. We're going to come in and re-round these, because mistakes happen. They're rampant here, so okay. And we're gonna this. I probably should have checked it, huh, guys? Yeah, I should have checked it, but I didn't. Whoops. Okay. So we're going to put one pocket down. It's not too awful bad for not checking. Okay. And then we're going to put this other pocket down. Shaky, shaky. Okay, we're going to put this guy down. Don't do it on your cutting mat. Do it on your glue mat. Don't be like me. Okay. And then this is face up for us. So we're going to kind of see where we need to be in here. We're going to go ahead and glue it down. Come on. If it's too thin, it dries too fast. And it gets bumps in the page, and I don't like it. I don't like little bumps. Okay, now we're going to do this one on the other side. Nope, don't move it, Cindy. Sorry, being really quiet. Okay, so we have our pockets in, and we still are, everything's face up, so that's a good thing. Okay, now with this one, we just put little eyelets in, and this one, I wanted to tell y'all that it is some scrap paper that I had laying around. Actually from another project that I did in another video. The scrap card, no, actually that was a new piece that I got out for that. Sorry about that. The scrap, or the craft paper, the tag. I used eyelets, obviously. This, we bought my son a pair of flip-flops. That's the elastic off of them. I was like, ooh, wait, save that. Right before I made the video. So this one, we're going to use new elastic. Not that that's used. It's not used. It's just recycled. But I thought that was kind of funny because that whole journal is basically upcycled or recycled or whatever. I thought it was pretty cool. So basically, the only thing new on the other one is the eyelets and the ribbon. I do believe is it. Yeah. So, all right. Now, for any of you who have watched me before, you know I have a love-hate relationship with the crocodile. So, we are going to try to play nice together, right? We're going to try. Okay, we're just going to come up, let's see, actually, I'm going to come up, how big is this actually? It's 5 by 5.5 still. Yes, not quite, just under 5.5. Okay, so if we're gonna do, we'll do 4.5 inch paper, I guess. So I'll do either an inch on either side. About middle-ish. Yep, looks like about in the middle. Okay. So we're going to come in with our small punch. I need something to poke it with because we're always stuffed up. Okay. And we're just going to poke our little holes. And then we will try to set our eyelets. We'll see how this goes. This is not usually a pretty sight. We'll see. We'll see if we can play nice today. Huh, that's not too bad. Okay, I'm happy with that. Okay, all right, so he was nice to me. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. All right, we're going to pull off just a little bit of our elastic here. Come on, come on, come on. You don't need much. About 1.5 times what you're going to do. So that's probably perfect. And I'm going to come in this way, and we're going to tie it in the middle this time. Usually I tie it on the outside. We're going to tie it in the center. Come on. Good night. Okay. And then this paper I actually found in, it's old copy paper, but I found it in a book that I was dismantling for another video. So we're going to use it because it's got really nice speckling and already kind of has a patina. So that's what we're using. Okay. So our journal, once again, is not quite 5.5, right? Not, actually, yeah, that side is. Uh-oh, that scares me. It's 5.5. Good night. And it's by 5. So I said we were going to do 4.5. Paper's what? 11 by 8.5. Why did I just confuse myself? Yeah, cut it straight down the middle. Good night, Cindy. I swear sometimes I might be dangerous if I had half a brain. It's upside down. So we're at 8.5. So we need 4 1/4. Paper trimmer's upside down, don't forget. So we need 4 1/4. There we go. And it's going to be a little bit long, I do believe. Not too awful bad. That way we can get it made. And if it's a little long, I think I might come back through and tear the edges. All right. So we have our elastic spine, our elastic binding. We have our little pockets. We have our little vintage paper in here, upcycled paper that we found. And we have another little pocket. And there's our journal. So if you would like to, you can subscribe for more things like this. We're currently doing a create on the cheap, which that's where all of this packaging stuff is going to be found. I am got lots of things coming up with packaging. So yeah, if you'd like, join us, and if you want to post something, it should be a collaboration, so you can just use the hashtag create on the cheap and it should join it all together. So just wanted to say thank you very much to each and every single one of you guys, and hopefully you got something out of this today. And yeah, so thanks a lot, guys. You guys go out and spread some joy today. Much love, guys. Bye.